Hey everybody, John Paduchak.
And Ted Wasco.
All right, and today we're talking about WebinarJam Support, and Ted and I want to talk a little bit about our Jam Sessions Made Easy community on Google+.
And you'll find the link underneath.
Yes, you will. And reason we put this together is because, gee, you know, what do I want to say about how we put this together, Ted? I mean, we have WebinarJam, we use it a lot, but we also realize that sometimes it's not easy to get the answers to the questions you need in a timely manner. There you go, in a timely manner. And so what we did is we put together a group of like-minded folks like yourselves and us where we can share information about WebinarJam, do tests, help out. And it's a great little group of 1,100 people.
And it's not just us that will answer your questions. The people in the community jump on and answer it. They'll tell you what experiences they've had. They'll tell you how to get over it. Ourselves, there's questions in there that some of the members don't know, because we've got all different types of levels in there. There's some that haven't even used it yet. They bought it, but they haven't used it yet. We've got the intermediate ones, and we have got the hardcore people in there as well. But there's always questions on there. And we have been using WebinarJam from before Christmas. Before that was on general release. We've sorted out and helped them sort out a load of bugs in there. Like any new software, once you release it, then you start finding these. And to this day, we still help. But the ideal thing, because it's a community, it's the quickest way of finding out if there's people are suffering from the same thing. And this is what gets discussed. We'll even jump on the Hangout and help somebody out. So, you know, this is the place to come for your support. They've got there is an official website that you can go to, and you can always do both. Stick a support ticket in there, and also once you join our community is to ask your questions in there, and I can usually guarantee that you'll get an answer quicker from our community than you will the support.
Unless it's really complicated and it's something we can't answer because it's really something to do with the software, you know, really deep in there. But for the most part, if it's something application oriented, you know, we certainly have a pretty good handle on a lot of that. In fact, I think we're pretty astute about WebinarJam compared to the rest of the world, I'd have to say. So Ted had mentioned that there's two Facebook communities, may I add. We're the only Google Plus community. And of course, as you know, Google Hangouts is on Google Plus, so we just figured that was probably a more appropriate place to start it, and you know, at least get you in the right language frame and working with Hangouts, etc. I did a survey a little while ago, and Ted will attest to this. I asked a bunch of people who bought WebinarJam how many of them had actually done a Hangout prior to buying it. Now, you know, I got to admit, there's a great marketing campaign going on for WebinarJam. I mean, these guys can sell ice cubes to Eskimos, I think. Because, you know, Google Hangouts is the underlying force behind it, and very few people had ever been on a Hangout before purchasing WebinarJam. So you might be one of those people, or you might not be particularly astute at Hangouts. You might not have done many yourself. So we can help in that regard. We've got Hangouts training. We actually provide some training in the community, and as far as I know, it is some of the best training for Hangouts combined with WebinarJam out there that I know of.
Yes, I don't think there is any other places actually do what we do. You know, the compliments that we get from people, they just say, how do you spare the time to answer our questions? And you guys always seem to be on. And there's a very good reason why there's either John answer or myself, because John's in the US, I'm in the UK, and between us there's a 5 hours difference. So there's not much of the day that isn't covered. So that's why, you know, virtually looks like we give 24-hour support, but believe me, we don't.
I know it looks like we never sleep sometimes. People wonder, do you guys ever sleep? Probably not. We don't sleep much.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we have had all-nighters.
We sneak in an afternoon nap every once in a while. But,
oh, yes.
Yeah, but needless to say, as far as I know, and I think we've seen pretty much every group, every training program, etc. As far as I know, we're the only ones that provide Hangout training and some WebinarJam training together. And we're actually planning on redoing our own bonus on WebinarJam, which is going to be a training program that you can, if you're buying WebinarJam, get through us as a bonus, or you can purchase it from us, because that's our next step, is to put that together. So keep an eye out. Check the description below. You'll see links to our community and some of the other things we do if you want to look us up. We're out there in Google Plus land, easy to find.
Definitely easy to find. Now just remember, if you bought it and you haven't used it, come and join the community. If you bought it, used it and having trouble, come and join the community. If you're a pro and used it and think you know all the answers, still join our community, because I can guarantee that somewhere along the line you'll have a question you want to ask, and we can, as I say, there's not many questions we can't help out with. So as John said, look underneath this video, click on the link below and join the community for webinar support, Hangout support, our support, and everybody in that community's support.
And I can assure you, we've saved a lot of people a lot of pain and suffering in our community. And so you could be next. And we hope you are. So hey, come on over. We'd love to see you on the inside. Come check us out. And hope to see you there. Look for JamSessions Made Easy Community on Google+.
See you then.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.